you most beautiful and most amazing top 10ers, how are you doing today? Fantastically, I hope. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today I am talking, believe it or not, the top 10 people who mailed themselves in a box. The past few months on YouTube has seen people taking part in something called the Human Mail Challenge, which is difficult as FedEx and UPS both have £150 weight limits. In light of this weird trend, we have a look at the history of people who have attempted to post themselves. In at number 10, we have the man who started it all, W. Reginald Bray. There is nothing I love more than a quirky Englishman. W. Reginald Bray was exactly that. An eccentric who lived from 1879 to 1939, Reginald loved the British postal system. He delighted in testing the limits of the Royal Mail and posted himself as a letter more than once, becoming the first human in history to send a human through the post. What a feat! John Tingy even wrote a book about him, aptly titled The Englishman Who Posted Himself and Other Curious Objects. He was a classic 19th and 20th century prankster. Gotta love him. In at number 9, we have RiceGum. As of the time of this recording, YouTuber RiceGum has gained 16 million views for his video titled I Mailed Myself in a Box and It Worked. In the video, which, spoiler alert, is very fake, he mails himself to bodybuilder Cali Muscle. Published in November 2016, RiceGum says he couldn't afford to send himself to California on a plane, so he thought he would do it via a box. It is of course a bit of a spoof. In it we see him eating bread and Nutella, watching Disney films, playing Bop It, and just generally living his life in a box. Who was he inspired by? Well, I will tell you. In at number 8, we have Killam. The guy who sparked this whole YouTuber insanity procession was a YouTuber named Killam, who was the first to vlog himself in a box. In his most popular video to date, I Mailed Myself in a Box and It Actually Worked, Killam, real name Tom Staniland, brought provisions, made some sandwiches, and got in a box. He went to the post office in a box that read "This way up" and was presumably posted off by his girlfriend. He vlogs himself in the box as he is in the process of delivery. He even pees in a bottle. The video is almost certainly fake, but he never refers to it being a fake. Having been watched over 7 million times, this was the video that gained Tom, or Killam, his notoriety on YouTube. For the rest of this list, let's look at real people who actually, like Reginald Bray, mailed themselves. Our number 7 almost died doing it. We have Hu Seng. In 2012, Chinese national Hu Seng mailed himself via courier to his girlfriend as a prank. He got help from his friend, but unfortunately, it almost killed him. The courier process was supposed to take just 30 minutes, but due to a mix-up, it ended up taking 3 hours. By this time, Hu had almost suffocated to death. Hu had sealed himself very tightly in the box before his friend posted him. The box didn't have enough air for 3 hours in it, and it was too thick for Hu to punch a hole in it. When he arrived at his girlfriend's house, his friend was there to videotape the surprise. Unfortunately, when the box was opened, he was unconscious and needed to be revived by paramedics. In at number 6, we have Elspeth D. McClelland. Elspeth D. McClelland was a female activist who famously mailed herself to the Prime Minister of England, Herbert Henry Asquith, in 1909. Elspeth was a suffragette, a person who campaigned for women's right to vote. As part of her campaign for equal rights, she was sent from the East Strand post office, and with the price of a 3-penny stamp, she was sent to Downing Street. This is where the Prime Minister lived and still lives. At this time, it was perfectly legal to send people as post, so she was indeed let into Downing Street, but before she was opened up, so to speak, an official turned her away, calling her a dead letter. Reportedly, the Prime Minister was greatly amused by the incident. In at number 5, we have Charles McKinley. In 2003, American national Charles McKinley was feeling down and out in New York City. He was thinking about ending his life, but instead he decided to try and get back to the comfort of his parents' home. He didn't have enough money for a plane ticket, so he decided to ship himself. He climbed inside a crate with water, a blanket, and a laptop, and was flown via airmail to his parents' home in Dallas, Texas. Unfortunately for him, the postman man in Dallas discovered him and reported him to the authorities, who later arrested him. It all makes for quite a good story though. In at number 4, we have a prisoner in Germany. In 2008, a Turkish prisoner serving time in a jail in Dusseldorf, Germany, made headlines when he escaped incarceration by climbing into a box in the mailroom. He was then loaded onto a lorry or truck, from which he made his grand escape by jumping off the back. 42-year-old Yasser Bayrak was serving time for drug dealing when he made his getaway in a box around 150 by 120 centimeters, so quite small but big enough to do the job. From a prison escape to a cross-border venture, in at number 3 we have Sandra De Los Santos. Sandra is a Cuban national who shipped herself via DHL on a flight from Nassau to Miami. The short-haul, low-altitude flight meant that she was able to survive. All the 40-year-old packed with her was water and a mobile phone. At Miami Airport, she was found in the crate after workers heard her talking. At the time of the event, Sandra was able to stay on American soil and seek political asylum. This next one is actually kind of amusing, and you have to admire their determination. In at number 2, we have Reg Spiers. Reg Spiers was an Australian athlete hoping to participate in the Olympics in the 1960s. Unfortunately, an injury left him stranded in England and unable to get back to Australia. Reg got a job working in a cargo and airport. This was around the time his wallet containing all of his money was stolen, putting another bump in the road to his journey home. At this time, he decided to send himself via cash on arrival freight. Good on him! In a tell-all interview years later, he said, "I just got in the thing and went. What was there to be frightened of? I'm not frightened of the dark, so I just sat there." He later escaped the box at Perth Airport and stole a beer from the box holding area. He then promptly cut a hole in the storage area and continued his escape from the airport, sparking a media storm by the time he got home. In at number 1, we have Henry Box Brown. Henry Brown earned himself the nickname Henry Box Brown by escaping slavery by mailing himself in the 19th century. Henry was a slave in a tobacco factory in Virginia, and he became enraged when his owner sold his wife and children. He devised a scheme to gain his freedom, packing himself in a wooden crate. He had only a small hole for air and some small provisions. He had his friend mail him to the free state of Pennsylvania to abolitionists. Once again, in what was an incredible feat of survival, he endured 27 hours in a box. Those 27 hours brought him his freedom. What a guy, what a legend. So that was the top 10 people who mailed themselves in a box. My goodness, I had no idea that people actually did it, and it hasn't all just been some big YouTube hoax. I'm Rebecca Felgate. Do let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section down below. And also guys, please don't try mailing yourself in a box because it's very, very dangerous. Just be a hero, and if you really like boxes, just make like a box fort in your front room. Same thing. This has been Most Amazing Top 10. If you like this video, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, and if you like these top 10 lists, then do make sure you are staying in tune by subscribing to Most Amazing Top 10. And I will see you beauties next time.